So this is the first Van Halen.
First Van Halen record. And Van Halen 1, if you will.
Yes, as it's dubiously Van Halen 1. Only because the second album was Van Halen 2.
So this kind of became one.
This is a game changer, man.
It was this was a game changer, and there was a game changer inside the game changer, and it was, of course, Eruption.
Without a doubt.
This is a great album, like start to finish. This is just like Running with the Devil. Boom, boom.
Oh, that bass line and
just perfect song, and it kind of clued you in a little bit to what David Lee Roth was going to be like. Especially in that first song, the way he did his voice. I don't even know how to explain it, but it kind of does this little chirp where it goes really high. And he started doing that at the beginning of it. It's like you got all the pieces. You got this great Michael Anthony bass line, boom, boom, which is just him. He's just simple,
just monstrous,
simple monster bass line. Then what do you have? Then you have the king sound, which is Eddie Van Halen making weird guitar noises. Then you have David Lee Roth doing his little screech. Alex Van Halen, it's like all of the signature things that you would hear for the next 40 years were introduced to you. And that was the first song, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Run with the Devil?
Yeah.
It was like, here's all the pieces that everybody's going to love for the next, 40 years, and we're going to give them to you in the first 20 seconds of this song, and then this is going to launch everything.
Yeah, that's a great place to start, is the very first track. The album cover's cool because, again,
awesome.
You got the Van Halen logo that ends up being the classic Van Halen logo, which is clean, cool, nice. It's chrome. I think this is late 70s, right?
I think it was 76, 77, wasn't it? That's a really good question. I thought it was 78.
So, you've got Eddie still pre the red guitar.
Yeah, that's right. The Frankenstein. This is not the Frankenstein.
You got Michael Anthony and Alex.
That isn't. He didn't turn that into the Frankenstein, did he? This is a different guitar.
Yeah, I think it's different. But this is the very beginning.
Yeah. I dug what they did with these images where they had the flare off of there, the little green thing coming off, and David Lee Roth. Let's just be honest. One of the greatest frontmen that you will ever have in a rock band. It was his idea to call the band Van Halen, even though that was the last name of the guys. He liked the idea and said, we should call the band Van Halen.
Because they were Mammoth before then, right?
That may be. I can't remember what it was.
That's what it was called.
But then it was David Lee Roth. But honestly, yes, Eddie Van Halen's a great musician. Alex Van Halen's one of the great underrated drummers.
Yeah, he's awesome. Incredible.
But Van Halen, without David Lee Roth, for me, it's just not Van Halen.
There's so many great songs. This is your classic, already trend-setting, because there was nothing that sounded like him. Nobody played like him.
Sure played.
And then
guitar
you
playing
have...
was just like, what the heck is this?
Because it's tight, it's awesome, it's catchy, and then you have David Lee Roth that's putting it over the top. That's just like, whoa. It was a game changer on a lot of different levels, and as far as showmanship, where's David Lee Roth coming with the kicks and the screams the things and the open shirt? Does he look like, Robert Plant? California-ized, A
little bit. He kind of had that. It's like picking up where Robert Plant left off as far as... Actually, I shouldn't say it that way. He took it off into, like you said, California beach, crazy party man.
Yeah, and I think I'm trying to remember who the, that's probably Van Halen checking in with us.
That's right, because we have
every time
we talk about somebody dead, the phone starts ringing.
Yeah.
Hang on a second, let me...
Make sure it's not important.
Yes.
House burning down or something.
Off. Okay.
Top right.
It's got a little bit of a...
Yeah, there you go.
Well, actually, there's already... The picture actually has a little bit of a glare in it, so it's kind of hard to see.
What was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
We're talking about David Lee Roth, and he's the fact that he kind of took it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who his inspiration was. Is some dude from like almost like a rock country, like I can't remember.
Are you saying he has said that his inspiration was?
He has some dude that's
really?
in like it's like, I don't want to say, it's not Nazareth or something. It's like, I've seen it before.
Really?
Like,
interesting.
Yeah. And we can add it as like a subtext maybe in the post-production.
I'd really like to know, because I don't know the answer to that at all. That's very interesting.
You know, I mean, I can't remember it. I can't remember. But it's some dude that was like in a, it's like in a band, and he's got blonde hair, had the total look. And I guess David had seen him at some point, and they got like a weird name, like American Railroad, something or other. I don't know. They got some kind of weird name, like generic. It wasn't like, and the front man like blew David away, and he was like, I like kind of that persona. At least that's kind of where I read or something. And he kind of was like, okay, this guy's over the top, kind of whatever. But Dave, obviously, look, Dave can write a song about, you know, the Coke machine right here and make it a hit. I mean, he can make anything cool. And
the thing that he does something that a lot of singers wouldn't ever dare do because they just couldn't do it. And it's his talking in the middle of songs. He goes, I mean, where he just starts rambling on.
The line goes up the back of your stocking.
The line goes.
Yeah, I mean,
I always like those kind of high heels. No, don't take it off. Don't take it off. I love that stuff so much. He's so good at that.
His persona. Look, David Lee Roth, even today, he walks into a room and, even for a while, but if you remember when MTV was blowing up, I mean, his Just a Gigolo video made fun of everybody. Today it would be so politically incorrect, but I mean, it was just at the time,
and
it was always being played because it was just crazy and over the top, and just because his persona more than fills a room and a stadium and a thing. It's just David Lee Roth is a showman.
Yeah, he's huge. Everything he does is huge. He's awesome. He's love
awesome.
The guy.
And I just, and I think that's the news that we were talking about, is that he just announced this week or within the last week that's it. He's either for health reasons or whatever, that he's he's done.
Amazingly, he was on Joe Rogan about a year, maybe 2 years ago.
He's
really
a crazy,
interesting.
He's a crazy storyteller, bro.
And he's not only a crazy storyteller. He's such an interesting guy. All the things he's done, like he just took off and lived in Japan at one point. But the most fascinating thing to me, I think it was Japan, because he talked about that in Rogan. But the most fascinating thing to me was I think it was the late 90s, he just decided that he wanted to work in an ambulance.
EMT.
Yeah, he wanted to be an EMT.
Yeah.
So he just goes and does that. And he did it for years. And I think he said there was only like 2 people ever recognized him. Because you don't expect to see David Lee Roth there, in the ambulance. But it's so crazy, because here's this, one of the biggest rock
just
stars
in the world.
Just a gigolo.
Yeah. I'm saving your life.
One of the biggest guys in the world.
I mean...
But he just decides that's what he's going to go do.
Are you going to be just like Paradise? Clear. I mean,
it's hysterical, man. He's awesome.
Think about that.
He's so unique in just like every possible way.
And
so,
I mean, he was...
I love the guy.
The front man of front men. I mean, he was... Oh, dude. I mean, look at the back cover, right? I mean, he's doing the David Lee Roth Scream, whatever he's doing.
This says everything.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's got
so amazing.
The hair, the looks. I mean, he's been quoted in I don't know how many movies, just like as like David Lee Roth, Van Halen. Oh, I mean, this is great. We go on and on.
And this album is so important. It was just truly an important record. Let's take a look on the inside real quick, then we can talk about the tracks. There's the picture of the guys, and it's interesting because when this came out, they were kind of a club band.
Yeah,
this
is their debut album.
Yeah, so these pictures look like a bunch of dudes that just played a club show, and because they probably just did.
Right.
And got the pictures. This is what they put on the inside. Is this what is this, a track list over here?
Thank you.
All selections written by Edward Van Halen, Alex Michael Anthony. Oh, you know what? That was also something that I remember, and I don't know how true this is, but I remember hearing this, that one of the things that they started doing early on in their career was that they gave songwriting credit to everybody in the band.
Yeah, share the credits, 25% a piece or whatever the case was.
That is really amazing.
Yeah.
That they just said, because truly, I mean, think about it. I bet 99% of whatever happened to this band was probably Eddie Van Halen. A lot of it was David Lee Roth, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But Michael Anthony probably wasn't a massive contributor, I don't think. I don't know.
We don't know. I mean, we weren't there. But I mean,
the fact that they do it that way, we're all splitting it this way is pretty awesome.
That is really pretty cool. And there's the logo
and then
again.
Just really clean Van Halen logo on the back.
Dude, how many people you see running around with that T-shirt and that logo, even today, man?
So here's the record.
Warner Brothers.
Side one, just kind of a standard Warner Brothers.
Got a little etching in there.
Let's take we'll take a look on the back and see if there's or we'll take a look on the center part in just a second and see if there's anything. There's side two. So let me take a look in the middle, see if there's any little clues or any little fun things in here.
I mean, nobody knew what these guys were going to do. I mean, there's a couple really cool Van Halen documentaries out there floating around with some cool stuff from the early days. There is the Kiss connection with Gene Simmons paying for their demo to get them signed.
There's a weird little shape right there that I think it's not a, I don't know how to describe it, but it doesn't seem all that important. Yeah, Gene Simmons, he loves taking credit for things, and he always takes credit for
discovering,
Yep.
But I mean, that's there's so much we can talk. I mean,
so
the track list.
Yeah, see the tracks real quick.
Running with the Devil.
So we have, let's see, they don't have them in order. Oh, check it out. Special thanks, Gene Simmons is the very first one.
Okay.
So the track list here. This isn't in correct order. You Really Got Me.
Right,
which, of course,
an
old
remake.
Kinks tune.
Yep.
And these guys made it famous again. Jamie's Crying. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
that's a
On Fire.
Which Jamie's Crying is the sample that Tone Loc used, right? For Funky Cold Medina. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know how I just pulled that
You're
out.
right, though.
But
I remember
Funky
that.
Cold Medina. Right?
Then there was On Fire, where you really get to hear, because the really high harmonies were Michael Anthony. And you really catch that.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm on fire.
Yeah, because it's way up there.
And then,
man.
he's singing way above. Like, it's crazy.
And that was that classic Van Halen sound, that harmony was Michael Anthony. That was his voice.
Yeah.
That did that. Running with the Devil.
We talked about that. That's the opening track.
I'm the One. That was a cool tune.
Yeah, because it's kind of almost like swingy.
Yeah. That was a cool tune.
I don't even know how to describe it, but it is. It's kind of like,
if I heard it, I could sing along. I'm like, this little piece of me remembers how that thing. But yeah, it was kind of an oddball tune. Okay, then.
But that just shows you the songwriting that these guys could put together.
But okay, so this one is important. Ain't Talking About Love.
That's a great song.
My love is rotten to the core. So before we go on to the next one, David Lee Roth talked about that on Joe Rogan.
Okay.
And he talked about what's the difference between David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar.
Okay.
And that was it. He goes, because David Lee Roth Van Halen is Ain't Talking About Love. Yeah. Sammy Hagar Van Halen is...
No.
What's the song? There's a Love Comes Walking In or whatever that. He used a different tune, but it was a different thing. It's like this is
a little angrier.
This is
darker,
dark side of life, and then the Sammy Hagar was the
light side.
Was the love side, and this is like, we ain't talking about love. My love is rotten to the core. Ain't talking about the love. So Little Dreamer, Feel Your Love Tonight.
That's a good one with all the harmonies at the end.
Kind of like a round.
Yeah, because they go a cappella, right? At the end.
I just want to feel you. Yeah, I think it's something like that. Atomic Punk, that was kind of a crazy tune.
Love that song. Love that song.
Then of course Eruption.
Because Atomic Punk's the one that starts out. Eddie's not even playing. He's like rubbing his palm on the strings.
It's noise. Yeah.
It's kind of like a weird sound. Then all of a sudden, dun 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 dun, bum bum bum. It's crazy how that is.
Yeah, that's right. That's how it went. That was a great tune.
Yeah, but it had that weird beginning. You're like, every guitar player owns this because their mind was like, how the F are they coming up? You know, I'm trying to be politically correct here and not get edited here, but how are you making those sounds? Because as a guitar player, nobody played like that.
Yeah.
You know, even the beginning of, you're talking the most influential guitar player probably ever.
Yeah. I think that's safe to say.
I mean, with the tapping and nobody heard anything like that. And Running with the Devil starts out with those really weird, wacky high notes, which are played behind the nut where you between the tune.
You don't play there.
Yeah. It's really crazy.
Like that's what I was saying, that you get in that one
So
song, you get this
unorthodox.
thing like it's gonna this oddball stuff. This is what you're gonna get. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so you have
this tsunami of sound that is now to be known as Van Halen. Yeah.
And then the last two are Eruption. Once again, one of the most important songs is for guitar players ever, ever, ever. People. Matter of fact, it's funny how often you'll see people playing guitar solos on YouTube or even in live concerts, and they'll play a little piece of Eruption because it was the quintessential guitar solo.
Yeah, no,
and that's all the song was. Actually, no, it wasn't just guitar solo. What was so cool about it is there's actually bum bum bum, and he starts going. But it was like the band was playing sort of
in the beginning,
but then Eddie just goes off.
Yeah.
And it made it even cooler because it was more than guitar solo.
Because you had
the
band, the cymbals and all that kind of going off.
And then finally, the last tune that it has listed on the track list is Ice Cream Man.
I see that. I can see it from here.
I'm your ice cream man. Stop me when I'm passing by. Oh my gosh, I love that.
Think about just the dynamics or just how different each one of those songs. But that to me just makes Van Halen. Every song is just awesome.
Yeah, and it wasn't like you said, it wasn't like anything else.
Yeah,
and there was a reason at this moment. You just go, this is important. This is going to take over everything, and then everything they did after that. I think pretty much everything they did after that in the David Lee Roth days was all good. Even Diver Down, which was kind of a throwaway. I love everything on there.
No, it's good.
It's all good stuff.
Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
They got so much airplay.
Yeah.
And it's not something I would pick up and play. I could play Van Halen 1, Van Halen 2. Those are my go-to get pumped up albums. Dude, Fair Warning is so dark and nasty. It's just great. Yeah. I love Women and Children First.
I was just going to say that's the one, man.
That's 30 minutes of music. I remember taking it from the album, putting it onto my cassette, and I'm like, that finished on one.
Is that really that short? Because I knew Diver Down was really, really short too.
For sure. 30-minute cassette. Boom. Done. I'm serious.
But it's so good.
It's so good. So good. So good. Oh, man.
Anyway, okay.
Van Halen, we can go on and on, but this is the icebreaker right here. If
Van
you don't.
Halen won. And David Lee Roth, sad to see people retiring.
Yeah, and it's good. And I'm hoping
he's actually still, at least the last time I've seen him, he's in great physical condition. He's in great shape.
No, he's no Vince Neil.
He's no Vince Neil. Thanks for watching this clip from our show. Please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you enjoyed this video, I bet you know somebody else who would enjoy it too, so share it with them. Go to our channel right now where you can watch full-length episodes, and thanks for stopping by.